Hello pals, and welcome back to a video. We are halfway through 2025, the year of low buy. I feel like I've learned some things, and I've discovered that unfortunately some of the annoying tips that you always hear and read about online are kind of true. So let's have a chat, shall we, about everything that I've learned so far throughout my year of 2025 low buy. Halfway to go, not too bad. And then we'll do a quick little deep dive into how June's finances went, and that'll be that. So join me in a fridge cigarette. That would be a Coke Zero or a Diet Coke for those of you not chronically online. And let's have a chat. So number one, I have given myself a $100 cookie fund every month. And the cookie fund is to get like a fun little treat. Something fun for myself, you know, something that I don't really need, but something that I'm like, that would be fun. I want that. So I get it. And I honestly thought that $100 a month was going to feel very restricting and it was gonna like drive me crazy and I was just gonna blow over it, break my own rules every single month. Turns out, $100, more than enough. More than enough. $100 is kind of a lot. I mean, in, 2025, it's not a lot. But it is a lot if you just want to get yourself a little fun treat every once in a while and you have the money to do so. It's just fine. There are some months where I have definitely gone up to that $100 limit, and there are other months where I've barely even scratched the surface of it, where I think one month I only spent $15 of my cookie fund, and that's cool. And then I just put the rest into savings. I just, why? Like, why bother rolling that over into the next month? So then we end up with $85 in savings, and we love that. And I use that for pretty much anything. If I want to get a little sweet treat when I'm out on the road doing groceries or something. If I want to get, like a new pair of shoes. For example, I got some platform Tevas earlier this year, and I love those bad boys. I have been wearing the crap out of them. And when there's a good sale on something you've been eyeing up, I'd rather spend less money on it than spend full price. I'm not a full price kind of gal. So if I can get something that I've been eyeing up for a while and it fits in a cookie fund, that's what she's there for. And it's awesome. It's perfect. It's really... The second thing that I have learned this year so far is that you can't just make money appear out of nowhere, unfortunately, to save, scrounge away. You gotta find that money somewhere, somewhere where it already exists. A really common tip for trying to save more money is to make more money. And for a lot of people, that means getting like another little side gig, a part-time job somewhere. For me, like a normal part-time job doesn't, unfortunately, fit into my schedule that I work my full-time job because the hours just don't work out for what the kind of hours usually are needed at a part-time job type of place, And so YouTube is sort of my little side gig, and it's not very consistent in terms of income, but it has been a really great way to save a little bit of extra money and just spend some time, making a fun little video that you guys enjoy watching. So if you enjoy it and then I get a little bit of money out of it, that's cool. Some months, on a good month, let's say, I've made about $300 in AdSense revenue on YouTube. And that's when it's like the HelloFresh video, she's popping off. And I don't really know why. I never made that video with the intention that like a bunch of people were gonna see it. I just thought you guys, my little main crew, my little 3,000 subscribers, I just thought it was gonna be like you guys watching that. Turns out the algorithm said, let's give that to everyone. And people have been watching it and getting real good AdSense revenue from that. So, but that is not the norm. Most months, I'll make like $100, $150, and some months I don't even hit the $100 minimum threshold for the payout. So then that'll just like build up, and then you'll get hopefully a payout the next month when you do hit the $100 minimum. So it is a good little side gig in a way that, if it's not money that I'm relying on, it's a great way to save a little bit of extra money for me that fits into my schedule because I can just do it whenever. And I'm kind of like my own little boss, which is fun because I already have one boss that I answer to and she's great and I love her. I don't really want another boss at a regular part-time job if I don't have to. So I'm very thankful that I don't have to do that and that I can just use YouTube as a fun little baby side gig, a little bit extra cash. It really, really helps the savings out. The thing is, I feel like I really could make my channel better, probably grow a little bit more consistently if I put the actual effort into it and plan things out. But I feel such a strong resistance to that, all right? Everybody's always like in the YouTube beginner things, it's like, you gotta niche down. I can't. I will not. I can't. I won't. I can't do it. I'm not gonna do it. My channel is me, and that's what you're gonna get. I'm so sorry about that. I feel such a strong resistance to this whole niche down YouTube culture, and I know that that's what things like obviously, if you are trying to grow your channel, you shouldn't be making videos that don't go with your niche and that don't go with what your audience wants to watch. However, I just do this for me, so I kind of do whatever I want. I want to make a video about eating healthy one week, and the next week we're gonna be making a cake that is just so diabetes inducing, it is mind blowing. And that's what I wanna do, and that's how I like to live my life. You can't tie me down, don't put me in a box. I do what I want. So I'm thankful that it still somehow brings in a little bit of extra money. Very lovely, we love this. We love YouTube, we love you guys. Thank you for having to sit through ads because, you know, as a YouTube watcher, you either pay for premium or you sit through ads or you have an ad blocker, which is okay too. I won't be mad at you. It's just what it is, you know? It's what it is. So thanks, YouTube. Thanks for a little bit of extra income. I really appreciate that. And also here's a little bonus tip about saving some extra money. Put off an expensive hobby and get yourself another little hobby that doesn't cost as much money. For example, I'm very into sewing, okay? I love sewing. It's not cheap. Making your own clothes is not cheap. Fabric is very expensive. I like nice fabric. That is not cheap. And so there were definitely some months where I think one month I spent almost $800 on sewing stuff. And that's like patterns, fabric, notions, blah, 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 all that stuff. But due to some chronic pain that I deal with, that kind of like gets worse, gets better, gets worse, gets better, I haven't really been sewing lately because it hurts too much. And so instead of that, I purchased for myself Zelda Breath of the Wild, because I never played that when it came out originally, and I was like, I need a fun little adventure game. And now we are into it. We are hours and hours and hours into it, and it's so much fun because I can just relax. I can rest my neck while I'm playing a video game, and it feels really good. And also, I have not spent any money on fabric in about 2 months, maybe almost even 3 months. And so, because of that, we're saving money. We're saving money. Who would have known? When you stop doing the expensive hobby as much, you don't spend as much money. So now that I'm forced to go at it much more slowly, my supplies are lasting a lot longer, which is probably more sustainable in the long term. So, you know, that's good. And once I finally beat Breath of the Wild, if I decide not to play Tears of the Kingdom right away, I have a good little supply to get me through a couple months of a sewing bug if I'm feeling physically up to it. So that'll be nice. So there's my bonus tip on saving some money. Ditch an expensive hobby for a little bit. Get really into a video game that isn't super expensive. Number 4. Oh, what is it, number 4? Kind of number 3. Bonus tip was number 3. So here I guess is number 4. Number 4, and things that I have so far learned this year. Once you stop buying, like impulse buying silly little things, it just is so easy to not do it anymore. It really, I always feel like I had such a problem with just seeing ads on Instagram for things and being like, I need that, and then buying it. As long as something is under $50, I can be very impulsive about it, which is not good because those little $50 here and there throughout the month really add up. And so once I kind of broke that habit, it's just kind of natural. I have a very easy time now. If I see an ad and it's something I'm like, ooh, I think about it a lot more and I'm like, I don't need that. Like, do I want to take that out of my $100 cookie fund? And most of the time the answer is no. Almost 100% of the time the answer is no. We don't need all these things in our houses. My house is like full already. It's full, but at the same time I don't have enough storage for things. So I need to buy more storage, but like, no, I don't. Because then I'm gonna buy more things to put in that storage. You know what I mean? We can't do that. We don't need to be doing that. Honestly, I'd say probably like 1 month in, after January, I was done. I was like, I don't need any of this Instagram ads. We don't need it. I don't need it. Don't need these things. Amazon, who is she? Don't know her. Haven't been to Target in months. And that brings me to tip number 5, shop at the right stores. So we as a family here have been just avoiding Target for the year, mostly because you can end up buying a lot of dumb shit there. And also there was that whole like Target boycott thing. Are people still doing that? But Target used to be a place that, you know, you walk in, you get a fun little drink at Starbucks, you walk around, you do your groceries, you see fun other little things, you're like, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that, this is cool, the house needs this, we could use some more towels. Don't need those things. And so shopping at the right stores has made an improvement on the budget and the finances for sure. So I'm just not buying those silly things at Target, like not seeing them while I'm doing my regular grocery shopping is great. So I go to Aldi a lot of the time. We have a really nice Aldi near us. The produce is always really great quality, better than some of the crazy expensive stores. I live in Minnesota, so I love a Lunds and Byerly's trip. I love it so much. I love Whole Foods. I love all those stores, but they can get really, really pricey unnecessarily for no reason. So I'm saving money by shopping at Aldi for like some groceries, and then I'll go to another grocery store such as Cub or even Lunds and Byerly sometimes, or another little local grocery store that we have nearby, and I'll just get other things that I can't get at Aldi in those stores. And that's been working out really, really well, which kind of leads me to my next point. Stores like Costco can be great for saving and planning and whatnot. And unfortunately, meal prepping does help. I'm here to inform you that I know we don't want to admit it, okay? Well, we just kind of want to do what we want. I'm here to tell you, unfortunately, yes, it is true. Meal prepping and meal planning helps reduce the bills, helps reduce the grocery bills. Because then you're just buying what you're going to use, you know what you need, maybe like a few treats here and there, instead of random things that kind of look good at the time while you're shopping, which is something that I love to do if I'm not planning. If I don't plan out, the grocery bill balloons quickly. Trying to avoid that. We're trying to avoid the waste in terms of food and money. So it's kind of like a two birds stoned at once. I think I've decided, you guys, I might re-up that Costco membership just so I can buy some things in bulk, I suppose, so that I can do some more meal prep for a little bit cheaper, a little bit easier on the wallet. We have quite a few Costcos around us to choose from, which is kind of nice, so that'd be cool. Also, I love Costco, okay? You know what? We're a family of two. Most of the time it doesn't make sense to shop there, but if you're doing like meal prepping and stuff, then it can make sense. So I think I might be getting back into that soon. We'll see, I don't know. The last thing, number 6, that I have learned so far in this year of low buy is that even those months where I can only save, say, $50, that's still a huge win. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it because I'm not getting that dopamine hit of seeing a 3-figure number go into savings. For reference, I'm a baker. I don't make a lot of money, so any savings I can make is amazing. But being able to save $50 is so much better than I used to be doing. I can definitely remember a time where it was very stressful, constantly paycheck to paycheck. My account would get down to like $10 before I would get paid again, and that was so stressful. And most of the time that doesn't happen now, or if it does happen, it's because I've moved the extra money that's in that account into savings so that it's, you know, in savings and it's planned and it's on purpose, and that feels good. Honestly, I kind of felt a little bit like a failure in June. I had a moment where I was kind of feeling down about myself, and I was thinking, you know, we're only 6 months into this year. Only 6 months into this year. We're already 6 months into this year. And in June, I wasn't really able to save money. Other than what I made from YouTube, I wasn't able to save anything from my paychecks, basically. And I kind of felt down about that in a way. But then, if you watch my last video, you know. If you're in the know, if you're in the loop, if you are a real dog, a real top G, are you a real top G? You know I had to spend about $1,100 in June for vet bills for my dog. He's fine. There was just one illness, and then also just routine vet stuff, which that part was kind of expected, but still $1,100 is a lot. But here's the thing. I didn't have to put any of that on the credit card. $750 in that first visit, tap, right out of the bank account. $400 the next visit, tap, right out of the bank account. It got real dicey. In that last week, a couple days before I got paid, I was like, oh boy, are there any bills that are about to come out that are going to put me in the red? Should I move a little bit of money over from savings just in case? But ended up being just fine. I saw the bill, I went, and I just tapped. Just gasp and tap. That's all we can do. And I am thankful to be able to gasp and tap at the vet. Because in the past, I absolutely would have just been like, oh, that's a large number, I'm just gonna put it on my credit card. But then me being me would forget to pay that off or pay as much of it off as I could right away. And then, you know, interest is just building, and that's not smart. That's not good. We don't wanna be paying interest to the credit card companies if we don't have to be, right? And so, being able to just gasp and tap, what a win. What a win, ladies and gentlemen. What a win for myself. Good job, self. I'm proud of me for being able to do that. I didn't buy anything dumb, and so because of that, I could get my dog the care he needed at the vet, and that's just the good, responsible, mature adult thing to do, isn't it? That's like baseline having a dog, paying for its vet care, so, you know, I was able to get my little baby boy the care that he needed without even really giving it a second guess. Like I said, just gasp and tap. 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 Love it. And so, with that, let's have a little dive into how June's finances went. And how did they go? Well, they went. Like I said, I didn't really buy anything dumb for myself, but I did have to spend $1,100 at the vet for Arlo, which is a huge chunk of the money that I make every month. I've managed to bump up savings account to about $700 so far from YouTube and from an Upside cash out as well, which you guys, non-spawn. I love Upside. I'm sure you've probably seen sponsorships from people with Upside. And if you do have it in your area, honestly, just use it because it's great. I used to be kind of skeptical of it at first. I was like, well, why am I getting money? What are they getting from this? And what they're getting is your business in general. Like these places, they sign up for it to draw in more customers. And that's, as far as I understand, that's what that's what the transaction is, you know? You're going to them, you're giving them business, you get like a little tiny kickback, you know? And I think that's cool. There used to be a grocery store near us that did 10% cash back, and whoo boy, I was able to get about $300 back that year because of that. But that grocery store unfortunately stopped using Upside. And so now with just gas purchases, it takes me about a year, maybe almost a year, to probably get about $150, which is what I got in June that I cashed out. So that was nice. So some YouTube money, a little bit of Upside cash out. It's handy. I wouldn't have that money otherwise, you know? So that's cool. I was going to try a tip only, like a tip cash only grocery month. Ooh, that idea quickly went out the window because I realized that our cash tips at work were dwindling hard. People are doing more credit card tips. And so those are included in my paycheck. And those ones, it doesn't feel as free money because then I have to pay taxes on it. But cash tips, we don't. So I just get the cash. Oh my God, please don't report me to the IRS. Am I doing something illegal? I need to look into this. Is that illegal? Oh God, I don't know how this country works. So I only made about $60 in cash tips in June, and that's not enough for groceries for the month. It's just not. I mean, maybe in an extreme challenge it could be, but no, it's not. However, I was able to not go over $150 in just regular gasping and tapping, because I did use some cash and then, you know, the rest card, as you do, as you pay for things. So we're still keeping those grocery bills nice and low by shopping strategically at specific stores, and, you know, that's great. The only extraneous things I think I purchased in June were, it was Grant's birthday, so I got him a little prezzy, we did cake and dinner and whatnot, and so like that was, eating out is generally something that I'm avoiding this year, unless it's coming out from cash tips, of course. But this was just like, it's a birthday, you know, this is special, okay? Special. Gasp and tap. Gasp and tap. Not even a big gasp because getting dinner and like cake, not that crazy. Hi, honey. And also we kind of just agreed to do like not crazy presents or anything for each other. I think the little gift I got him was like maybe $20. And I'll be expecting the same for my birthday. Nothing crazy. What else did I do in June? Something that I spent some of my cookie fund on, I think. Did I? Yes, I did. I got a couple workout clothing items because Old Navy was having a 50% off sale, and I, well, live in a chronic pain life. It's very easy to fall into comfort eating in order to not feel like complete shit all the time. Or at least while you are feeling like shit, you want like that brief, I feel good moment of eating something that is definitely not great for you. And so I may or may not have been partaking in a little bit too much of that recently. A little bit back up to my highest weight that I've ever been in a while. 190 pounds. And I don't feel good. I don't feel good about it. My clothes are like, it's a little bit too snug. I don't like it. And so most of my workout clothes, that means, are a little bit too snug as well. And I don't feel good when I wear them and I'm working out. So I said, Tara, let's use that cookie fund to get a couple little items so you can feel comfortable while you are exercising and trying to eat well, etc., blah, blah, blah. So we can try to get back down to a weight that feels better for my body, because this doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good. And it's not like that much of an increase. It's like a 10-pound gain. It's like kind of a lot on one hand, but then not too much on the other. But it's, you know, it's so much easier to gain it than it is to lose it for the majority of people. So we're doing our best to try to shed some fluff so we can feel better, which is really hard. So being able to wear clothes that I feel good in while I'm exercising is a part of the equation, as well as we're tracking calories again, everyone. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. We're tracking calories again. I hate it, but we're doing it because it's necessary. It's unfortunately a necessary. Please send help, which is another reason why I think some bulk purchasing and meal prepping and stuff at Costco could be in my future. And with that, I think we'll just wrap this video on up because we're gonna say goodbye to the first half of the year. We are ready for July, August, September, October, November, December. It's almost Christmas, everyone. It's almost Christmas. It's almost winter. And of course it's almost fall, basically. It's almost spooky season. Ugh. Crunchy leaves on the ground. I can't wait for that. That's gonna feel so nice. We have been having a gross, hot, yucky, humid summer in Minnesota. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I hate the summer here. I hate it. It's too hot, it's too mosquito-y, it's too muggy. Is there anywhere where you get winter, snow, and then have like a nice actual spring, summer, and fall? Because the weather is, well, global warming. Anyway, weather used to be nice when I was little, I remember that. Okay, like I said, wrapping this up. Goodbye first half of the year. We've learned some lessons so far in this year of low buy. Good lessons, I think, that will help us to continue on for the rest of the year, the rest of our 2025 year of low buy. Thanks for hanging out and watching my video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good day. Or night, could be nighttime. Bye!